So this is what we're going to discuss today. How, from a passion project to a booming business serving clients internationally. We're going to have this discussion with Panos Papadopoulos, partner at Marathon VC and moderator of the discussion, and Haris Pylarinos, CEO of Hack the Box and speaker. And we will see how you can actually scale your business internationally and serve clients from all over the world. So I would like to call them on stage and have a very big round of applause from you. The stage is yours. Καλύτερα.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the best talk of the festival.
Hi.
It's great to be here, but you are not here for us, right? You can see like all the presentations on YouTube. It's fine. You can get it there. You are here for each other. So why don't we spend like 30 seconds and introduce yourself to your people standing next to you?
Test.
Okay, let's go. Welcome to the best presentation of Panathēnea. I'm not biased here, but I was saying that, you didn't come here for us, right? You can see presentations and interviews on YouTube. You are here basically to connect with your next peer, your next co-founder, your next boss, your next friend, your next soulmate. So why don't we spend like 30 seconds and introduce yourself to the person next to you, and set a meeting for the meeting stage later. So introduce yourselves.
You are excellent at making people uncomfortable, eh?
Yeah. Maybe babies will come out of this, right? Okay, we're here too. Okay, great. So I'm going to check up with you in 10 years and see how many babies were born. Hari, did you ever started a company just because you want to make money and raise a shitload of money as well from investors?
I never expected that what I created would be eventually a company. It started as a fun project. At some point, when it started kicking off just a bit, I had my day job, so I said, okay, maybe I have my day job, I make, a couple of €1,000 from there, I make an extra €1,000 from this, and I will live like a king. So that was it. No business plan, nothing. You know it, I mean, you were stupid enough to deploy money to me, so...
Exactly. So we persuaded him to leave his day job, because he didn't care about the company, he was building a cult. So can you explain us, besides having founded a cult with many millions of followers globally, what Hack the Box does as a company first?
Well, Hack the Box provides simulated environments where you can train hands-on cybersecurity, both the offensive and the defensive side. And if we try to simplify this more, we teach people how to hack and how to defend from cyber criminals.
And what makes it a cult?
What makes it a cult? I think the culture, the fun we have, the shared mentality that all hackers share globally. It's a mission of redefining how a large organization can operate. It doesn't have to be corporate.
But it's more than the organization itself, right?
If we expand broader to the hacking ecosystem...
Let's say you wear a Hack the Box T-shirt and you are walking in London or San Francisco. What can happen?
I don't, usually. Okay. Because, I don't, but I see T-shirts everywhere. We actually have an e-shop of, that we sell swag, and it generates a decent amount of... We sell at cost, but it generates a decent amount of revenue because people love Hack the Box. And they love Hack the Box because it's accessible, because it aspires the hacking mindset instead of just being a training platform. It's about building the muscle memory and having room to find creative solutions toward solving a problem, rather than teaching you, step-by-step instructions.
Okay, so you also compete with Zara and the likes. That's great. So when, let's say we go back 10 years, did you ever expect that you will be managing 200+ people across the board, or having like a balance sheet or even like a P&L of tens of millions of revenue, right? Because a lot of people, they might see us here and say, wow, these people are successful, they have something special. But we don't really. We're just 20 years later than you. So let's go and demystify this, how you go from a guy working at a day job and doing a fun project to be a CEO.
I think you ride the wave. I wasn't meant for that. I didn't do business studies. Practically, I did 4 years at high school and 4 years at middle school, or I don't know the equivalent so I wasn't the best student, let's stick to that. I just created it because I saw that I don't enjoy how training used to be in cybersecurity, and I didn't expect, as I said, to become so big. So to that extent, you just adapt and overcome. That's the strategy. I wasn't expecting it. As I said, I was expecting, to make some extra capital from that. And the first time I saw £1 million in my bank account, which was your million, it was the most money I've seen in my life.
Did you
think
just about
watched at them like
flying out to Brazil or something?
I got you a bit scared because I actually flew to Germany. The moment I got the money, I flew to Germany. And before actually raising, I told you I'm going to take the money and run.
And he did run, so the company grew.
I came back.
The company did grow really, really fast after that point. He raised the first seed funding from Marathon, right? And you had to build a team, which is, I think, the most difficult part. It's not the technology per se, but it's like the organizational build-out. What is one thing that you keep the same since the day you started as a fun project, and one thing you had to completely learn in order to build such an efficient company?
What I keep the same is I'm trying to keep the culture the same and having fun. Fun is essential to the way we work. One thing that I had to learn, not relearn, but actually learn, is how to hire people. Hire slower in general. I think we should hire much slower, but you were pushing for more hires. You know that. You are a VC. And fire faster. I think this was the tough part, and it's still, I think the toughest part of the job is to let go of people.
Yeah, so that's something I was talking with a prospective founder outside. It's always the human communication and managing with people that is the toughest, and this is the one we have to build. Especially in the age of AI, where intelligence is becoming freer, human connection is still the same.
Yeah.
OK. So what would you advise your younger self? Will you do it like in a different way if you started again? Do you think you started too late, too early?
Take more risk. Yeah? Risk, decisions, always. Doesn't matter if it's the best decision. It matters that it's a decision. That decision will help you adapt to a new reality. Decisions evolve the organization. So faster, meaning the fact now that I think that I was running Hack the Box for 1.5 years in parallel with my day job. And having you actually threaten me that you won't give me the money if I don't sign that I will quit my day job is something totally unnecessary. The moment that it started kicking off, that was the first 2 quarters, I should quit immediately and go full on the project. And practically, I could do it. I didn't have to find a fundraise, to do fundraise to run, because you remember, we were profitable, and practically the first 2 investments were just sitting in the bank. We started spending money after expanding to US.
Yeah, which is a major cost, right? So speaking of the US, what's your attitude has changed towards that market? I mean, you're based here in Athens. You travel a lot, and now you have an international exec suite seated in many countries. So you're combining both kind of remote, and you have people here, you have people in the US. What was for you, the biggest impediment to growing in the US? What made you, did you enter organically? The customers brought you, or the community brought you there?
Okay, so the toughest part to enter the market. We were lucky enough to have the community because the community helped a lot. So to give you an idea, we had US customers before setting foot in the US. Now, But that was obviously primarily inbound. So in order to really set up a sales machine there, it's something very difficult. And I think being so far away, it's even more. And when I speak with other founders, the conversation starts, OK, I lost 5 million trying to build a team in US, and then I did that. And while I've heard every founder that told me that, I, again, spent 5 million to build a team, and then I did something else, and iteration to iteration, you become better. And I think what changes is you actually learn, so you can attract better, you can judge and attract better people, and you can manage better the entire go-to-market in the US.
What do you think is why people are losing like 5 million to enter the US, to build a team to enter the US? Is it because they immediately are the first people they seem very different, and they go for them, or is it like for you like to build an understanding of the culture, to manage them and understand the expectation or set the expectations, because the culture gap in communication is quite big, and I think for us, most Europeans, like there is a cultural gap between European countries, and there is even more when we go to the United States. Like even the vocabulary we're using sometimes is very, very different.
I think it's a mix of everything. Primarily it's an experience from our side. We don't know how to sell to US. Rarely a founder knows how to sell to US. We say, OK, we're going to hire 10 BDRs to get the leads. And I mean, how bad can they be? It's badder sometimes than you consider. And that doesn't work. You need to do it gradually. You need to start small, set up the process, and then expand. But usually we're also in a rush to hit targets fast. So that doesn't play along, because if consider yourself as a VC, if a company comes and says, you know what, this year I'm going to have half my growth because I really need to build the US right. What you're going to say is, come on, man, you have 5 million sitting in the bank. Just spend and hire some people. And if it doesn't work, hire some more. So there's you need to find the fine line between the two.
Yeah, I agree with what you just said, because there's a lot of chatter about moving everybody to the US and so on. But I think we are seeing this survivor bias. A lot of companies just die doing it. You don't get the visa easily. Nobody's really expecting for you. So it's better to do it when there is actually pull from the market. So there's actually demand. You have the money, because as you said, it's a more expensive market to hire the best people. Otherwise, you hire mediocre people, and then you fire them all. Mm-hmm. So you need to either have your sales already, like the market is pulling you, or you had a lot of growth capital that you can spend there and experiment till you actually make it.
Plus, OK, I think moving to the US is a plus, but it's not mandatory. You can do without. You just need to travel a lot.
So comparing like the different cultures, what do you think are the positive traits of the people back in Greece?
Greeks really appreciate it. They work hard. They work like crazy. I mean, you see them doing this extra mile. That's not part of the job description always.
Yeah, it's 5 p.m., right?
Yeah.
No.
But not just time-wise. It's about the willingness to overperform, to overachieve, which comes by default for most of them. So I think they also appreciate, that an employer treats them with respect, which is not the standard in all verticals here in Greece. And to that extent, I think we create a combination where people deliver this extra 10%, and I think the entire magic is in that portion. So it's your job, which is the 100%, if you perform 100%, but it's this extra 10% that, it's the secret sauce on making everything more awesome.
Harry, what's the next plans for Hack the Box? You started with a community and training, and now you have expanded to defense as well. You have several large corporate and government customers. And recently, you announced an acquisition. So we now have companies in Greece on the acquisitive side of things versus being acquired.
Our third acquisition.
Third?
Yeah.
Third acquisition of Hack the Box, reporting, TechCrunch, where are you?
And Series B company. And maybe there are more, who knows?
Maybe there are more, who knows?
Yeah. But yeah, I think from next steps, okay, obviously, enterprise and federal is a focus area. We sell globally with a focus again in United States. And what we are doing now, we are doing a lot of exciting things with AI that I cannot disclose much. I'll try not to build Skynet. We are also doubling down on the blue side, on the defensive side. So as you know us from the beginning, we're a very offensive-minded company. So we teach you how to hack, you're going to be the best hacker. Now it's also about you defend and you learn how to find all the sneaky ways cyber criminals will use to penetrate your organization. So we're doubling down on that front.
So if I remember correctly, fundraising wasn't your favorite part.
I actually had to do fundraising only in 2022, where the markets were collapsing, you remember? I said, this is the last time I'm going to raise money. The first two, you came and you practically told me, shut up and take my money. Yeah, it was like that. I didn't know what a VC was. When you called me and you said, we need to talk to you, are a VC, I just Googled VC. To see what a VC is, yeah, I had no clue.
It's not the full story. He also had like an acquisition offer at the same time.
Yeah, I had another a competitor now that was trying to acquire us. And I came and asked you, what a VC is, and you told me we're going to give you money, we're going to get a small percentage. I remember the story, and I told you, what if I take your money and spend them on Las Vegas? And you were like, you know what, we can probably sue you, but for 1 million, I don't think we will bother, so feel free.
Almost.
Almost. Maybe it was a tactic to lure me in. Maybe he would sue me.
Yes, but the fundraising process is never like straightforward, right? And you might now see success, but there was a lot of rejections along the way from the most prominent VCs, right?
In 22.
Yeah.
22, I spent the entire year fundraising. I hated the process. I mean, I'm not a very social guy anyway to pitching my company all the time. And Carlyle, when they came, it was towards the end of the year. I was so tired. So I entered this call with Philippe, who was the analyst, exhausted. And I'm telling him, listen, here is the link to the data room. I can't pitch anymore. Just look at the data. If you're seriously interested, call me back. And I closed the call. Okay, in a bit more polite way, but practically, don't bother me, look at the data, let me know if you're serious. And they came out of nowhere, and we ended up doing an amazing round.
Yes, it was an amazing round, and still I get like a lot of props from other VCs in Europe who are saying, you sent us Hack the Box, but we didn't do it. It's okay, guys. Somebody has to do it, and it was us. Now, what advice will you give, let's say, to a 25-year-old founder in Greece, Bulgaria, Turkey, Italy, Netherlands? Pretty much we have the same culture, right? What do you think is like the #1 thing in culture that people need to fix in order to do great things, even from their own hometown?
Yeah, go bold. Don't settle, go bold. I mean, you might have the craziest idea in your head that everybody tells you that, you know what, this is impossible. Everything is possible. It's just a matter of, building the conviction, doing the necessary work, and delivering. Everything is possible, and everybody can do it. It's not so much about... I've read many articles saying, the importance of the great idea plus the great execution. And even with a mediocre idea and great execution, you can do great things. So it's about persistence and conviction to what you're doing.
And I would say, you can get conviction and persistence if you're deeply caring about the problem you're solving.
If you
deeply care about the problem you solve. If you just do it because startup is cool, guess what? They're not cool. Most of the time, they suck. Unless the time they don't suck, which is really, really great. But you can only get there if you deeply care about the problem you're solving.
Yeah, I think it's, and I'm seeing this sometimes. There is sometimes the dream I want to create a startup. So the dream is creating the company itself, while usually, and when you see more successes, the dream is I want to do this, and my vessel to do this is the startup.
Yeah, the dream is to solve the customer problem.
Yeah, exactly. Solve a problem, which usually, many of the times, originates from your, your own problems that you're trying to solve.
Harry, this is great. We got some news here. Hack the Box is making acquisitions. So maybe if you're in cyber, just talk to Harris. Thanks a lot for the time. And I think the message we're going to leave here is like, you can do it from your hometown, and you can build like a multi-million-dollar company, even if you are in the middle of Athens and you only graduated from high school.
Exactly.
Harris Pylarinos.
Try university, eh? Don't get me wrong. Don't drop out. Thank you.